Right now, the worst threat level for terror since 9/11. What the director of the FBI says Congress needs to do to take action.
Plus, with flu rates rising here in Wisconsin, what you need to know to keep your kids safe this holiday season.
And later, remembering a local athlete after his untimely death. How his family is honoring his legacy.
And it will be pretty seasonable today with dry conditions, but we're going to be warming up tomorrow and Friday, maybe some 50s. First warm forecast coming up.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, here on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Precipitation done for now. A little bit of a roller coaster in store for the rest of the week, Kelly.
Yeah, we're kind of in that transition. We're kind of just going up the hill. And tomorrow, man, it's going to be fairly mild. In fact, we're talking about upper 40s and low 50s tomorrow and Friday. That's out ahead of a storm system that'll move in on Saturday. Now, it looks like the storm system is not as strong as what we were thinking maybe earlier this week, but it will maybe provide a little bit of rain and snow come Saturday. In the meantime, temperatures not bad. 31 in Madison. We just dipped below freezing. 32 in Middleton. Verona at 31. Cross Plains currently at 32. We do have the clouds here currently now where we're looking at a little bit of clearing off to the west. Temperatures are in the 20s. And then we'll see a little bit more sunshine. Lone Rock, Mineral Point over to Boscobel. A little bit more cloud cover from Madison to the east, but we'll try to get a little bit of sun going into the afternoon. It's been several days since we've seen any of that sunshine. But it will be quiet today. Headed to the bus stop, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 30s with variably cloudy skies. We're talking about that warm-up for the rest of the week and also that storm system going into the weekend. More coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. Happening right now, flu season is officially underway. SSM Health says its centers are seeing an increase in cases.
Our Shane Hogan is here with some ways to stay safe ahead of the holidays. Good morning, Shane. What should we do?
Yeah, Chris, that's right. Well, this latest report from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services shows flu-like illness activity is on the rise, currently at moderate levels for most of the state. But so far, data shows southern parts of the state are actually dealing with a higher frequency in those cases. And cases of influenza, COVID, and RSV, all three of them steadily rising here in Dane County. SSM Health says the best protection for you is to get a flu shot.
The majority of these are 40 to 60% effective. And to remember that even if you get influenza from a different strain, by the fact that you've had the vaccine, it usually mitigates the symptoms of the strain perhaps that we weren't immunizing against.
So what should you do? Well, Dr. Ottenbaker recommends using SSM's virtual options to get a checkup because right now the urgent care facilities are seeing high volumes. Now, during those virtual tests, doctors can do testing, they can order prescriptions, so that could be a good option for you and your family during this busy time of the year. Health experts also giving the reminder that if someone is sick, they should avoid those large gatherings where those viruses can spread. Obviously, this time of year, guys, a lot of those big gatherings, lots of parties, so always a good reminder to stay home if you're sick.
All right, appreciate it. Shane Hogan, thank you.
6:02 now. Wisconsin's ban on abortion could be appealed to the state Supreme Court next after a Dane County judge struck it down yesterday. The 1849 law will technically stay on the books, the judge ruling it bans something called feticide. That's a violent action toward a pregnant mother that results in the death of the fetus. It doesn't ban abortion. Planned Parenthood has already resumed abortions in Dane and Milwaukee counties. It says it will now expand to Sheboygan County.
Well, it's looking like 2023 will officially be the hottest year on record. The European Union's Climate Change Service says this year's global temperature will be about 35 degrees warmer than pre-industrial levels. Since June, every month this year has set record temperatures, surpassing what's typically expected during that time. Scientists say this is the result of the combined effects of the El Nino phenomenon that brought drought to Wisconsin and human-caused climate change.
Madison police say they have a career criminal under arrest this morning. He's tied to a spree of burglaries and stolen car, motorcycle, bike, and moped cases. The district attorney's office is charging 36-year-old Jeffrey Hoffman with more than 20 offenses. Police describe him as a prolific Dane County burglar with a long criminal history. Hoffman could face more charges. The investigation into him is still underway.
In Beloit, investigators are looking into what caused a garage fire. This picture here is from the Beloit Fire Department's Facebook page. Yesterday, just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, fire was reported in a garage there. No one was hurt. It stayed in the garage. Not clear how much damage the fire caused.
Deputies in Iowa County say a 69-year-old man is dead after a car crash involving a repeat drunk driver. It happened yesterday morning north of Blanchardville. The sheriff's office says the man was driving on Highway 78 when a Ford truck crossed the center line. They crashed head on. The Ford's driver has 5 previous OWI convictions. 6:04 now. The family of a Wisconsin woman who vanished 4 decades ago is finally getting some closure.
In April of 1982, 20-year-old Connie Lorraine Christensen was seen for the last time in Nashville, Tennessee. That December, hunters found human remains 60 miles east of Indianapolis. Since then, the University of Indianapolis Forensic Anthropology Department held on to her remains. Then, this past month, DNA from those remains matched 2 of Christensen's relatives. Investigators believe someone shot her but never identified her killer. Our Catherine Merck spoke with Christensen's daughter about what this discovery means to her.
I just grew up not knowing anything about my mom.
Misty Labine told me she had always assumed her mother had abandoned her when she went missing in 1982.
That's all I ever knew.
She was just a 1-year-old staying with relatives when her mother didn't come home to Oregon, Wisconsin.
I, of course, always was like, did I do something? Like, why would my mom choose to leave?
Her mother, Connie Lorraine Christensen's remains were found in rural Indiana 41 years ago, but authorities didn't know who she was.
DNA was not available back in the day when they found her body.
The DNA Doe Project, a nonprofit that works to identify cold case victims, was able to connect her back to her daughter.
And now that little girl knows that her mother didn't abandon her.
It just made me understand, I guess, why I never knew where my mom was.
Misty has since visited the Indiana location where her mother's remains were found so she could leave flowers there. Authorities also gave her the gold ring that was found with her mother's body.
It definitely has kind of, I guess, made me feel a little relieved in some ways to know that she just didn't choose to be gone.
Decades later, she now knows someone else is to blame for the abandonment that she's always known.
But at the same time, also, like, obviously I'm angry because somebody took my chance to know her away from me.
It was Catherine Merck reporting. DNA Doe Project's expert volunteer investigators have resolved more than 100 cases of unidentified remains using the techniques that help match Christensen's DNA with their families.
6:07 now to continuing coverage on the issue of rising anti-Semitism in the U.S. Students at colleges across the country say the war between Israel and Hamas is exacerbating the problem. Republicans grilled university leaders on their schools' responses to anti-Semitism yesterday. Representatives from Harvard, MIT, and the University of Pennsylvania were present. College students also testified at that hours-long hearing. Take a listen.
I was forced to leave my study group for my doctoral exams halfway through the semester because my group members told me that the people at the Nova Music Festival deserved to die because they were partying on stolen land.
At NYU, I hear calls to gas the Jews, and I am told that Hitler was right.
It's a pretty heartbreaking testimony there. This all comes as we're seeing new reports revealing stories of Hamas's use of rape and sexual violence against Israeli women on October 7th, including at the music festival that student was talking about. Some women's groups are now calling for the UN to launch an investigation into Hamas's use of sexual violence as a weapon of war.
6:08 now to a new warning about an unprecedented level of terror threats on the U.S. According to a new joint bulletin from the Departments of Justice and Homeland Security, groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS will likely use the Israel-Hamas war to increase calls for violence in the U.S. this holiday season. An intelligence report says the most likely primary targets could include churches, synagogues, and members of the Jewish community. FBI Director Christopher Wray is now pressing Congress to reauthorize a program that allows the U.S. government to collect, without a warrant, the communications of targeted foreigners outside of the U.S.
Live look at the U.S. Capitol. Tensions there are rising among Republican and Democratic senators. Yesterday, a classified briefing on Ukraine turned into a screaming match over border security. Republicans say they'll vote against advancing billions in support for Ukraine unless it comes with major changes to U.S. border policy. The White House says aid to Ukraine is about to run out by the end of the year.
Well, it's a record-breaking year for Wisconsin's outdoor recreation industry. New numbers from the governor's office show almost a 7% increase in 2022, contributing about $9.8 billion to the state's GDP. It's the largest increase since they started tracking it back in 2018. 100 million people visited Wisconsin last year. Outdoor activities create more than 94,000 part-time and full-time jobs in the state. That's about 1 in 40 jobs.
Couple of good days in the forecast here, Kelly, to get outside and enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah, temperatures today are going to be seasonable. We're talking about a big warm-up going into a Thursday and Friday. That's out ahead of our next storm system. That'll bring us a little bit of rain and snow into the weekend. First warm forecast coming up.
And coming up in morning sports, Wisconsin men's basketball at Michigan State. Our Andrew Banstra tells us how the Badgers managed to win their 6th game in a row.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
I just love dancing, so I was always willing to dance through the pain. Since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports and being pain-free now, my mood and my energy has drastically improved. Once that energy gets into you, double spins.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This year, let Ford make the holidays bright and bring everyone together. Go over any type of terrain with Ford Bronco Sport.
How's the weather?
All good. And the confidence of GOAT modes. And the versatile Ford Explorer with available seating for 7. And with power on demand in the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning, well, that's how Ford is making the holidays bright. See your Ford dealer today during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
6:13, we're back this morning remembering 22-year-old Reed Ryan. Ryan passed away last week from cardiac arrest.
He wasn't just known for his prolific wrestling and football careers, but also his kind spirit. Our Jalen Banks sat down with his parents to talk about their son and how he was more than an athlete, plus how they plan to honor him.
Reed Ryan accomplished many things in his athletic career a lot of people dream of. Winning State Defensive Player of the Year at Waunakee, as well as state runner-up in wrestling, and going on to win multiple national college football championships. But his parents say he'd want to be remembered for more than his athletics.
I'm like, what are you doing every Tuesday? Because I could tell he was going somewhere. He goes, I'm going to this school, and I take an hour and I read the class books. I'm like, what? I'm like, you have time for that? Is kind of what I was thinking. And he's like, you know what? It's the best part of my week. And I thought, oh gosh, yeah, that's Reed.
It was at a team workout at the University of Minnesota Duluth last month where Reed went into cardiac arrest caused by an undetected genetic heart condition. He got CPR, which gave him enough of a pulse to make it to the hospital.
We really thought he was going to wake up. That's how confident we were that he was going to pull through this. And when he didn't, that was when we knew.
Even though Reed passed away, the CPR provided his family some final moments with him over Thanksgiving. Now they hope his giving spirit can live on.
Knowing that Reed's organs could help a lot of other people is like, that's a no-brainer. That's exactly what he'd want. The organ donation, it was great to find out that he helped for sure 3 people.
His family is also working to make sure other families don't have to go through the same thing.
We also wanted to take time to highlight how important CPR is in having an AED in public places or places like this. Without that early intervention, his pulse never would have regained.
And that kept him in the game, so to speak, for that time frame versus him passing right then and there.
They say it's the least they could do to honor his memory.
No matter who you were, young, old, he took time for people.
Banks reporting there. Reed's heart was also donated for research to help better detect heart defects. The Waunakee High School football team has set up a fundraiser to create a scholarship in his memory.
Just a blow, not only to that high school, that Waunakee High School football is just that's a tight-knit group. What a blow to them, the family, the community, all the people that he's touched over the years. Tragedy. Talented and caring young man gone too soon.
But his legacy continues to live on. On my social media feeds, I've seen people continue to share his story over the last couple of weeks, and now that scholarship fund, really a great way to keep remembering
Check it out.
him.
Check it out for sure.
6:16. Let's turn over to Kelly Slifka now with your first warned weather. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Fairly quiet this morning. I'm actually starting to see some stars, so some of the clouds are starting to break up. We definitely could use some sunshine, and we should see a little bit of sunshine today, and it will be quiet for the rest of the week, so no travel problems expected for the rest of the week. Now on Saturday, that'll change, but in between, we're going to see some very mild temperatures. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s, it looks like, by Thursday and Friday. So we're going to close out the week on a mild note. As mentioned, we are starting to see a little bit of clearing here in Madison. Our high expected to be about 38, so we're running a little bit above our average. Sun comes up now at 7:14 as the days continue to shrink as far as our daylight hours, but we should climb in the upper 30s today. You will notice a wind picking up out of the south, and that's that southerly wind that's going to bring us some warmer temperatures. Right now, high pressure and control over our weather, but behind that warm front over the Dakotas, that's where we're going to see the big warm up for tomorrow and also going into Friday. So in the meantime, looking at partly cloudy skies this morning. We'll call it variably cloudy. At times it'll be cloudy, and then we'll get a little bit of sunshine. Better chance of more sunshine as you go to the west into southwestern Wisconsin, but I expect some of that here in the Madison area. Temperatures in the upper 30s today, where you see a little bit more sunshine, and that southerly wind picking up to the west could be in the lower 40s this afternoon. Now for the weekend, Friday night and Saturday, we're going to be watching a storm system that's going to develop to our south. Now right now, it looks like it's going to be a fast-moving system. We thought it'd be a little bit slower and maybe bring us a little bit more precipitation, but later Friday night into Saturday, we are expecting some rain mixing with some snow, but the energy gets ejected up to the north, so that's why we are expecting it to be in and out fairly quickly, mainly affecting us Saturday morning. Most of it should be done by Saturday afternoon. 31 right now in Madison, it's 29 in Lone Rock and 26 in Boscobel, 34 in Janesville, a little bit more cloud cover to the east. Right now in Sun Prairie, it's 25, 27 in Cottage Grove, 26 in Oregon, and 26 currently in Verona. First warn forecast 38 today, 49 tomorrow, 52 on Friday, going to feel like the early part of October before that storm system moves in, brings us some rain and snow late Friday night. That'll continue into Saturday morning primarily. Temperatures do back off a little bit more seasonable next week.
The newly ranked Badger men are winners of 5 straight, but they've done that plenty of times before. What they've never done is win 3 straight games at Michigan State at the Breslin Center, and had the chance to do that last night. Greg Gard's guys leading by 3 with 12 minutes left. And look at the 5th year and the freshman in the pick and roll, John Blackwell to Tyler Wall, who finishes the flush. And then with 9 minutes to go, again, it's a 3-point Badger lead. And again, Wisconsin shopping for the 3. AJ Storr, heat check, ring him up. The transfer finished with a team best 22 points. And then with 3 minutes left in the game, Wisconsin up 11, looking for the kill shot. How about Big Steve? Nothing but nylon. Corral had 18, 6, and 5, and the Badgers win their 6th straight game, 70-57, the final. And the Bucks playing the Knicks in the in-season tournament quarterfinal. A win sends them to the Final Four in Vegas, tied at 72, final seconds of the first half, otherwise known as Dame time. Lillard scored 13, make that the Bucks' final 13 points in the first half, and then midway through the third quarter, Milwaukee up 11. Chris Middleton lobs it up for Giannis, who jumps out the gym to finish the alley-oop. Bucks win at 146-122. They'll play the Pacers in the semifinal on Thursday in Sin City. And on this week's edition of the Wisconsin Huddle, our Zach Hanley sits down with 3-time national champion and Wisconsin women's hockey captain Britta Curl. It'll air this Friday at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. After being named the Big Ten Player of the Year last week, Sarah Franklin racked up another honor yesterday. Named the Northeast Region's Player of the Year. And it's been one heck of a season for the outside hitter. Remember, this summer, she didn't even know if she'd ever play volleyball again. A rare blood disorder put her career in jeopardy, but she got the all clear right before the season, and it's been quite the journey back to the top for Frank the Tank.
See that hard work kind of pay off is just... It's really rewarding, and it is kind of emotional just because I did have that scare. But I think it's just awesome, and I have been able to take a couple moments to be like, wow, like this is, I've worked back to be in this spot.
And that's your morning sports fix. Have a world-class Wednesday.
You too, Andrew. Still to come, Wikipedia's most viewed articles of the year.
And gas prices. Take a look here in Dane County and across the state. We'll be right back.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County doesn't just build homes. We build financially strong families. Habitat Homes, financed through affordable mortgages, allow hardworking families to break the cycle of poverty and invest in their futures. Your support changes lives. Please donate today.
Hi, I'm Gary Canolti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me March 23rd through April 1st as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Bundle auto, home, and life and save up to 27%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Welcome back. Take a peek at your morning. Kevin sending in a stunner. We can smell this one all the way from here.
Very fresh.
Yeah. Pine needles.
Crisp. Thanks,
this
Kevin.
time of year, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks again, Kevin. All right, Shane's here to tell us what's trending. What's going on?
All right, guys. Well, you know, end of the year is approaching, so it's always nice to reflect back on the year prior, see what was trending, what was going on throughout the year. So we're taking a look at the most viewed articles on Wikipedia of 2023. The #1 searched item, ChatGPT. Yeah, it's here to stay, folks. It had nearly 50 million views, this article. People trying to figure out, what the heck is this thing? How should I use it? Also on the list, deaths in 2023, 2023 Cricket World Cup, the Indian Premier League, and the movie Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it's amazing to see just how much ChatGPT has secured its way into the zeitgeist. You know?
It's here.
The zeitgeist. I like that. That is a good word.
Let's get to Kelly Slifka. He's got to look at your bus stop forecast. Hey there, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Temperature starting out in the upper 20s and low 30s here. We are seeing a little bit of clearing this morning, and it should be a quiet day for the bus stop forecast. Temperature starting out in the upper 20s and low 30s. Should be in the mid 30s at the noon hour. Hoping for a little bit of sunshine, upper 30s today, but even warmer weather on the way tomorrow. We'll talk more about it coming up.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Don't go anywhere, folks. More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference this holiday season, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
Stella uses AT&T for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. The difference is big. With AT&T, Stella pays a lot more.
I do?
It's $110 a month for AT&T internet and an AT&T unlimited extra line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets big savings. Spectrum internet with the most reliable internet speeds.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G, all with no added taxes or hidden fees. Now you can get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
With Spectrum One, Abby is saving big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings. So Stella, what do you think?
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Spectrum One is a big deal. Call 800-872-0180. Visit Spectrum.com or a Spectrum store today.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
This morning, done deal. The Brewers aren't going anywhere anytime soon. We'll break down what it costs taxpayers to make it happen.
And what to expect next in the legal battle on abortion here in Wisconsin after a massive update this week.
And we've seen a little bit of clearing this morning, hoping for some sunshine. Temperatures starting out in the low 30s, even warmer tomorrow. More coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Linscheid.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warm forecast. When you say warm, what are you talking about?
It's relative, right?
Yes.
It's December 50s. Is that warm?
We'll take it.
Yeah,
You'll be in shorts.
Yeah, I'll be in shorts tomorrow and also Friday, but yeah, we've got some warmer weather on the way over the next couple of days. I know a lot of folks maybe want some snow, but it'll be coming. You know, it'll be coming as we go over the next couple of weeks. But right now, it looks like it's going to be fairly quiet the rest of the week, starting out at 31 in Madison and also Fitchburg, 32 in Middleton, up to Waunakee. We've had a little bit of clearing out there, and that's what we really would like to see, a little bit of sunshine. We'll have a few peaks today. Better chances tomorrow into Friday, and that's when we're going to really see our temperatures climb in the upper 40s and low 50s. That's out ahead of a storm system. A little bit of rain, a little bit of snow. Right now, it looks like most of this is going to be fairly minor. It looks like going into the weekend. Temperatures in the lower 30s this morning. A little bit more sunshine expected off to the west, but we will see a little bit of sunshine here in the Madison area as we climb into the upper 30s. Low 40s off to the west of Dane County due to that sunshine that'll be peeking on through. So quiet today for the bus stop forecast. Temperatures in the lower 30s this morning, but upper 30s expected later today. But maybe breaking out some shorts later this week. We'll see. We've got those that first warn forecast coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Developing this morning, a new ruling from a Dane County judge is effectively striking down the state's abortion ban.
The ban's been up in the air since the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Shane Hogan is breaking down what this means for Wisconsin. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. This all surrounds that 1849 law that became relevant again after the reversal of Roe. This new ruling essentially means that law does not ban abortion here in Wisconsin. The 1849 law will technically stay on the books, but the judge ruled that it bans something called feticide, a violent action toward a pregnant mother that results in the death of a fetus. It does not ban an abortion in a clinic setting. We spoke with Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin on how this decision will impact healthcare here in the state.
This resolved at least in Dane County Circuit Court, and are hopeful that the court's decision really instills maybe some confidence in other healthcare providers and systems around the state, and offers them the reassurance that abortion is not illegal in Wisconsin.
Planned Parenthood had already resumed abortions in Dane and Milwaukee counties, anticipating this new ruling. They now say they will expand that to Sheboygan County as well. And the fallout from this ruling, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul filed the original lawsuit challenging the 1849 law. In a statement, he says, quote, "Freedom wins, equality wins, women's health wins. This ruling is a momentous victory." And pro-life groups are speaking out as well. The executive director of Wisconsin Right to Life says, in part, the ruling is truly disappointing for all Wisconsinites. A law that was enforced before the flawed decision of Roe is now one that pro-choice activists on the court are willing to use as a tool for their cause. Now, political experts say this case really serves as a way to get the issue before the new liberal-leaning Supreme Court here in the state. They expect it will be appealed all the way up to the high court, guys.
All right, a story that continues. Shane Hogan, thank you very much for breaking that down for us.
You can keep up with all the latest coverage on the abortion fight here in Wisconsin by downloading the Channel 3000 app. Just search Channel 3000 wherever you get yours.
Let's take a live look now at the state capitol this morning. A new set of bills is looking to take on the lack of money in Wisconsin's universities. Two Democratic lawmakers introduced the Reaching Higher for Higher Education package yesterday. It includes 10 separate bills that address many of the shortfalls in university budgets. That includes $60 million for the universities of Wisconsin. Wisconsin's currently ranked 43rd in university funding overall.
UW system is in crisis. This is an unprecedented crisis that hasn't existed in this system probably since the system's founding in the 1970s.
The proposals are addressing issues like tuition freezes and a lack of aid for low-income students. The bills will now leave committee and head to the full legislature for debate and a vote.
Meanwhile, Republicans at the Capitol are floating a new proposal to dissolve the bipartisan commission that oversees our state elections. Under the new plan, power would be transferred to the Secretary of State's office. The Wisconsin Elections Commission continues to be a target for state Republicans who believe that the commission mishandled the 2020 election. The commission is currently headed by Megan Wolf, who is under impeachment proceedings after Republicans failed to fire her over the summer. The proposal is likely dead on arrival at the governor's desk. He has shot down similar plans in the past.
A new poll is taking the temperature of young voters heading into 2024. The numbers suggest young people just aren't as excited about voting as they were in 2020. That's according to the Harvard poll of 18 to 29-year-olds. Only 49% say they definitely plan on voting in next year's presidential election. That's down from 57% from this time 3 years ago. In a hypothetical rematch between President Biden and Donald Trump, the poll finds the president holding a lead 48% to him. 33% they say they would back Trump. 19% say they aren't sure or wouldn't vote. The poll has a margin of error of just under 3%. 6:35 now. The Milwaukee Brewers making it official. They'll be staying in Wisconsin until at least 2050.
The team has a fresh deal with the state this morning. It took $500 million from taxpayers to get it done. This is all laid out in a bill that Governor Evers just signed yesterday at American Family Field. The deal will fund repairs at the stadium. $365 million is coming from the state. Milwaukee City and County are putting in another $135 million. The Brewers are going to fund about $150 million of the stadium renovations and repairs. Team officials warn lawmakers the team might leave Milwaukee without public assistance. Governor Evers talked about that yesterday and what a relocation of the Brewers would have meant.
Losing this team would have had a ripple effect felt by families and communities across the state, even far beyond Milwaukee and southeast Wisconsin. So that's why, as governor, I've been committed to do everything in my power to help ensure that future generations of fans could grow up rooting for the home team just like I did.
The renovations are expected to bring in more revenue through things like hosting more events. Part of the planned repairs include a winterization of the ballpark so events outside the baseball season can be held year-round. Meantime, the 2024 presidential campaign is starting to pick up speed. We're just over a month out now from the Iowa caucuses.
Tonight, 4 of the people seeking the GOP presidential nomination will be front and center, trying to take the spotlight from frontrunner Donald Trump. John Lawrence reports.
The race to the White House is taking a detour through Tuscaloosa.
For a long time, we as a party, we have been running from something. But now is our moment to actually start running to something.
Former governors Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy qualified for the 4th Republican presidential debate.
First thing, I've been a governor. I know what bureaucracy is. I know how to clean it up.
To make it to the stage at the University of Alabama, the 4 candidates had to have at least 80,000 unique donors and register at least 6% in 2 qualifying polls.
To have campaign slogans to say this and that and then not produce results or not win the election, that's not going to do the trick.
Former Governor Asa Hutchinson didn't qualify for Wednesday's debate, but says he is still in the race. Speaking of the frontrunners,
what we need to worry about is the direction this country is going in, and most people don't agree with it. And if you don't agree with the direction of the country, why would you vote for either Trump or Biden, who have put us in this direction?
On Wednesday, both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are attending fundraisers for their respective campaigns. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The Republican National Committee and News Nation are hosting tonight's debate.
6:38 now. Coming up after the break, a new feature from Apple is making phones more secure, but it won't help people get rid of those green text messages.
And we still have quite a few clouds, but it's going to be a quiet Wednesday for us. A big warm up for the rest of the week. The first warm forecast coming up.
Save with holiday hot deals. Fresh ground beef, $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Tombstone, DiGiorno's Classic Crust, or Jack's Rising Crust Pizza, $2.99. And 6-pack Coke products, $2.99 each when you buy 4, only at Hy-Vee.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables. February 14th through 18th at Overture Center. Tickets available at overture.org today.
Are you tired of living with that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Ready to get your life back? Call QC Kinetics now, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These non-invasive treatments harness your body's own healing power to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn how all-natural advanced regenerative medicine can bring you lasting relief. QC Kinetics.
Save every day this holiday with Perks prices. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H Perks price $1.99. Chiquita bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. And fresh chicken breast, H Perks price $2.48 a pound. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Tailored for your news the way you want it with a customizable homepage. Stay informed effortlessly. Swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. And no more waiting. The new app loads faster than ever, ensuring you get news updates instantly. Download the all-new Channel 3000 News app today. Your gateway to news your way. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. 6:42. Apple is updating its messaging service to support more streamlined communication with non-Apple devices. But is it enough to break that stigma around those green message bubbles? Our Arman Rahman tried to find out.
My personal phone is a Samsung, and that makes me the butt of many jokes from friends and family because whenever I try to text iPhone users, the conversation becomes green, and any images or videos shared back and forth turn blurry and pixelated. But next year, that will change.
One of my friends has an Android, and we always give him a hard time for it, honestly.
My grandma.
Yeah,
Your grandma? My grandma's an Android user, yeah.
Yeah, some iPhone users sure have a laugh. Others may cringe.
I'm not a big fan of my text messages being green.
You know, you could have a group chat where you have, 5 or 6 iPhone users, and if there's one Android user in there, it, the experience for, both the Android user and the iPhone users kind of fell apart.
That's why Dave Schrader, a cybersecurity expert and Apple user himself, is excited that Apple next year will upgrade to support RCS, or Rich Communication Service. It's long been seen as a competitor to iMessage.
It's going to be higher res photos. It's going to be higher resolution videos, album sharing, reactions.
But Schrader says RCS isn't just for fun. It's for safety.
The messages are end-to-end encrypted, so they can't be intercepted between the devices.
It's also a big reason why Schrader says Apple has been facing more pressure from the market and buyers to standardize their devices.
The social dynamic, I think is something that's going to be less important, and it's going to become more important to be about interoperability and having secure platforms.
It shows, and that gives me hope that people are leaving the smartphone culture wars on red.
A phone's a phone. I just needed to call and communicate.
Even when the RCS support does roll out, it won't replace any of the existing messaging platforms, so those green bubbles will still turn up green. In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Learning a lot this morning about the color of my text messages.
So Chris has never noticed that a non-Apple user has green bubbles. Gotta pay a little bit more attention there, buddy.
Don't understand it. Don't understand it.
When I went to Chile, I had this problem. For some reason, all of my bubbles turned green in my group text messages. They got kind of mad at me.
People notice this stuff?
People get worked up about the smallest of things. 2023, we know this.
Big deal, and I'm just out of the loop.
Hey, could be changing. You never know.
All right, 6:44. In other news this morning, movies can finally resume production again. SAG-AFTRA voted to ratify a new contract with major film and television studios late yesterday. 78% or so of members voted in favor of ratifying the contract. The union said about 38% of members turned out to vote. The contract ends that 118-day strike that ended back on November 8th. Now they have a new deal. This new deal will run through the month of June of 2026. Reportedly achieves more than $1 billion in new compensation and benefits for union members.
6:45. Kelly Slifka has your first warm weather. He's out on the patio. How's it feeling this morning, Kelly?
It feels cool, but it's not anything drastic, nothing we can't handle for this time of December. We don't have the snow on the ground, so no travel problems expected. Kind of a quiet day, kind of a transition day. One thing I want to see is some sun. You can see on our sky cam here at the studio, some of the clouds are trying to break up a little bit. This is going to be kind of the trend. It's going to be probably more clouds than sun, but we'll try to get a little bit of sunshine out there. Either way, it's going to be quiet today. Temperatures in the upper 30s, running a little bit above our average. Sun officially up at 7:14. All right, we are looking at temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s starting tomorrow and Friday. So we got a big warm up. We've got quiet weather for the rest of the week. Things do change Friday night into Saturday. We've got a fast-moving system that'll move in. It's coming in from the southwest, but it's moving so quickly, we're not expecting a whole lot of precipitation out of it, but we can expect some rain, some snow out of it, maybe some minor accumulation with that as it moves on in. But enjoy the warm weather that we're expecting tomorrow and Friday. If you haven't gotten the lights up, do it, because next week it's going to be quite a bit cooler with temperatures in the 30s. And really the only chance of precipitation is going to be coming in Friday night into Saturday. So the warm front off to our west, that's what's going to be pushing through later tonight into tomorrow. The winds will pick up out of the south, and that's going to bring us some mild weather for this time of December. Now today, a little bit more cloud cover from Madison areas to the east, a little bit more sunshine areas to the west. We'll kind of be in between in Madison, but we should be warming into the upper 30s, may hit the low 40s areas to the west where they do expect a little bit more sunshine. That southerly wind will start to pick up later today as well. All right, so Friday will be dry. It won't be until after midnight Friday night. We can expect some rain to move on in, but it's going to run into some colder air that's going to be working in behind a cold front. So some of that changing over to some snow, waking up Saturday morning. But you can see this energy is lifting up to the north fairly quickly, so we're not expecting a whole lot of precipitation with it, but there could be some minor accumulation of some snow come Saturday, but it looks like a lot of this will be done with by Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. 31 in Madison, 34 in Janesville, 29, a little cooler off to the west where they've had some clearing, 26 right now in Boscobel and also Platteville. Across Dane County, down to 25 in Sauk City and Cross Plains, while it's 31 in Madison, 27 currently in Stoughton. So today, kind of that transition day from the snow we had yesterday, a quiet day today, and then the mild weather tomorrow. 49, more sunshine expected. The southerly winds will be picking up Friday all the way up to 52, and that's out ahead of that front that'll bring us some rain and snow Friday night into Saturday, mainly in the morning hours. Looks like Sunday will be dry and more seasonable temperatures, low to mid 30s much of next week.
Kelly?
Hello. Oh, there you are. You got a question?
We lost
you. Got an answer?
We lost. You always have the answers, Kelly. No, thank you very much for that first warm forecast. We appreciate you. 6:48, coming up in the morning sprint, a burglary spree comes to an end with a repeat offender in custody.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the Power Core 20 cordless power tool system. With its advanced technology and innovative features, every Skill Power Core 20 battery is interchangeable with every Skill 20-volt power tool. Buy the Power Core 20-volt battery starter kit for just $99 and get one of these 6 tools for free. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses.
Working with Culberson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Culberson.com to apply.
This year, let Ford make the holidays bright and bring everyone together. Go over any type of terrain with Ford Bronco Sport.
How's the weather?
All good.
And the confidence of GOAT modes. And the versatile Ford Explorer with available seating for 7. And with power on demand in the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning, well, that's how Ford is making the holidays bright. See your Ford dealer today during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
It's the season of giving, and News 3 Now shows you how people and organizations throughout our community are helping those in need and making holiday wishes come true. Watch News 3 Now for these special stories during this season of giving. Brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
If you've had enough of the uncontrolled symptoms of psoriasis that have you worrying about covering up, it's time to get real with your dermatologist. Make an appointment and ask about Real Clear Skin. Visit letsgetrealclear.com.
Visit Chris Kendall Market at 7 Acre Dairy Company in Paoli.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Wisconsin's abortion ban no longer stands this morning. This after a Dane County judge ruled the 1849 law doesn't actually apply to abortions. It only bans feticide. That's any violent act toward a pregnant mother that results in the death of a fetus. Attorney General Josh Kaul is expected to speak about the decision later this morning.
The Brewer Stadium deal is all wrapped up. It'll cost taxpayers $500 million. Governor Evers signed the bill authorizing the money to be used on renovations and improvements to American Family Field. $365 million is coming from the state. $135 million will come from Milwaukee City and County. In exchange, the Brewers agree to stay put until at least 2050.
More than 400 positions in the military are finally filled after a Republican senator backed down. Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville lifted his nearly year-long blockade of military nominations yesterday. He was trying to force the Pentagon to change a policy on abortion for service members. Tuberville ultimately backed down under pressure from his party. Members were planning to go around him with a temporary measure.
There may be a new challenger in the presidential race. Former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney appears to be floating the idea that she's going to run as a third-party candidate. She told the Washington Post democracy is at risk with former President Trump's continued grip on the Republican Party. She also told the Post that she'll make her decision in the next few months.
CVS is changing the way it prices drugs, and it could impact your prescription costs. The pharmacy's planned pricing formula includes the cost of a drug, a set markup, and a fee. CVS says this approach will be simpler and more transparent. It's called CVS Cost Vantage. It should launch in 2025.
Madison police say a man out on bail for burglary went on another crime spree. Jeffrey Hoffman is charged with 25 counts, including burglary and bail jumping. He was arrested in July. And police say after he posted bail, Hoffman then went on another spree, stealing bicycles, mopeds, and motorcycles. Kelly Ray Thompson was also charged in the case.
A 69-year-old man is dead in Iowa County after police say a suspected drunk driver hit him. The driver was a 54-year-old who has 5 previous OWI convictions. Charges of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle are pending this morning. The crash shut down Highway 78 outside Blanchardville for 5 hours yesterday.
Fire investigators are looking into what caused a garage fire in Beloit. It happened yesterday afternoon. Firefighters got to the home on Park Avenue. They had Flames coming out of part of the building and some thick black smoke rising into the air. Everyone's fine. The fire was limited to the garage.
The Alaska Airlines pilot accused of trying to shut off the engines of a passenger plane mid-flight will be arraigned tomorrow. Joseph Emerson was indicted on 84 counts. 83 are for endangering the safety of each of the plane's passengers. Emerson's lawyers say he was taking mushrooms days before and experienced a panic attack at the time.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is rejecting the idea that an international force should be responsible for security in Gaza after the war is over. He says Israel should retain control over disarming the Strip. This as the IDF expands the war into southern Gaza. As of this morning, the Hamas-run health ministry says Israel's bombardment since October 7th has killed more than 16,000 people, mostly women and children. SAG-AFTRA's new contract is ratified. Nearly 80% of union members voted in favor of the contract. The new deal runs through June of 2026. It achieves more than $1 billion in new compensation and benefits. It also secures some protections around the use of artificial intelligence and streaming-based bonuses.
New numbers from the governor's office show an almost 7% increase in 2022 for Wisconsin's outdoor recreation industry. That equals out to $9.8 billion. It's the largest increase since they started tracking in 2018. 100 million people visited Wisconsin last year. Helps boost the economy. Outdoor activities create more than 94,000 part-time and full-time jobs in the state. That's roughly 1 in 40 jobs.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, looking at our sky cam from Platteville or Queen Bee Radio sky cam. Looking at a little bit more clearing in areas southwest of Madison this morning. We have a few clouds left over, but they are trying to break up here currently. So where they are seeing that clearing, it is a little bit colder. 27 in Lone Rock and Boscobel, 30 in Madison, 32 currently. A little bit more cloud cover areas to the east. So the bus stop forecast, temperature's pretty seasonable. We don't have the snow to be contending with this morning, and it should be quiet today. Kind of a transition day today. Kind of on the edge of clouds here in Madison, a little bit more sunshine to the west, a little bit more cloud cover to the east. Upper 30s expected today. So a seasonal day today. We are calling for some warmer weather tomorrow. That'll continue into Friday with temperatures in the lower 50s before that storm system brings us a chance of some rain and snow developing Friday night. That'll continue into Saturday.
Kelly, thank you very much.
We're back with a news and weather update in 30 minutes.